Hi everyone, welcome to Live from the Studio. Today I'm with Trovarsi. We'll have a techno performance and we'll chat about all our initiative and live stream that she's doing. That's the intro. Today I'm with Trovarsi. Hi, how are you doing?
All right, how are you?
Good. I see a lot of people have joined, so let me see. I've got Alpha Stair, I've got Wes Curry, Malarkey, Tangle Waves, The Peronosphora, Insor Music, Sean Shea, Frey, Tangle Wave, I think I saw it. I've got Interphone, I've got Piff Paff. Did I say Wes Curry? All right, everybody, welcome.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, so let's do a little bit the news. So first, you know about pitchymango.org. Two here, so it's like two of us. Hi. All right, so you know about pitchymango.org, my site. please have a look, subscribe to the mailing list. I want to thank all my Bandcamp supporters. Without them, I wouldn't be doing some music and do this show. So if you want to join us, Bandcamp supporter, it's $20 a year. Really cool. I wanted to say also, a friend requested me that I had the logo design from the t-shirt that I have to baby bodysuit and baby thing. So if you've got a baby or about to get a baby, you can have an awesome robotic t-shirt.
Very cool.
Yes. And so what are the shows that are coming up? So we've got a resident, which is November 10th, so not this Tuesday, but the one after. I've got Alex Barnett, Imeko Katagiri, Kate Finlay, and Alphaster. I haven't added Alphaster yet to the lineup, but so I still have a couple of more signups. So if you want to join this show, you upload a YouTube video, less than 20 minutes. It's electronic music, it's not necessarily modular synth, it's your own performance. You upload it, is unlisted, fill up the form, and we'll have a watch party all together live. Nice. The other show that I have, it's Sonic Sunday. So I think it was last Sunday, because it's on the third Sunday of the month. And there was a stream, so you can watch it again. Always forget to paste link in the chat. So that's for that. There's also Facebook. And that's for the Sonic Alliance, Sonic Sunday. What else? We had Resonant Frequency this month. We are still in October to watch it again. They are doing it on a quarterly basis. Peak was recently with Jordan Michael Francis and Particle Accelerator. I did a show with Particle Accelerator at the Armory Club. If you want to see him again? That's nice and what else? Bandcamp Friday. So Bandcamp Friday is this Friday, November 6th. So do like me, you go on Bandcamp, you look for albums, you put them in your wish list. That's my wish list. And then on Friday, then you move your wish list to be part of your collection. And that's a time where Bandcamp is waiving their fees and pass everything to the full initiative. What else did I see? So as we're talking about Bandcamp, I saw that Einbach just released a new album, Gaze Up at the Harvest of the Moon. So if you want to take it, that has just been released. Right, time to move to my guest, which is Trovarsi.
Hey.
Hey, here we go. Okay. I'll remind everybody, if you have got questions for Trovarsi, just put them in chat. I will relay them. This is everybody's show, so if you want to participate, it's more than happy. So Dylan Sang, I have John also, so welcome everybody. Nasi LL Nelson and Learning Modular. All right, new people, that's awesome. All right, so who are you?
Who am I? Let's see. Well, I'm Trovarsi. Let's see. I'm a producer, a live performance artist. I love giving workshops and working with people. Let's see. I'm a co-founder of Southern California Synth Society. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's okay. No worries. Oh, I see. Also, all that's gone is joining. So how did you get into music? Or what's your I don't know.
What kicked off the journey, I guess.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I've actually been a musician since I was a small child. I started off playing the violin, and then I switched to the piano. And yeah, I played the piano like most of my life. I played in bands. I sang a lot too. So I've always been into music. My family loves music, and it just so I guess it's always been with me, I guess, since the very beginning. And then as far as like electronic music, well, I used to work at this record store. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I used to work at this record store, and that was like late 80s to the early 90s, like through my teenage years, like my late teenage years. And yeah, there is when I got into house music, or then we called it dance music, and it was techno and house, and I quickly, started going to Chicago and getting into all the dance scene, and yeah, I don't know, like that's pretty much where my journey kind of started.
And what style of music you like at the time, or what style of music attracted you?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Yeah, or when you went to Chicago or in the record store, which one
Oh, okay.
which one was your favorite section?
Oh, definitely house music. Have a lot of like Cashmere and 10 City, all those kind of classic house music from Chicago. But I liked all kinds of music. I think that working at that record store really introduced me to a lot of genres. Like I listened to metal. I mean, I didn't, I wasn't actively purchasing metal, but we would listen to it in the store. And so I was introduced and familiarized with it. And I think it really helped with my musical journey to figure things out. I listened to a lot of Primus too. I listened to classic rock, classical. And, when I first started playing the piano, my piano teacher would have to compromise with me or to for every classical song that I had to play, the next time I wanted to play a love ballad. So I was like like addicted to playing love ballads on the piano too. So, like all kinds of music, really.
Yeah, no, it's good to listen to all genre, but sometimes you're attracted to some of them more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it has become really helpful now, like between classical and love ballads, all the chord progressions and everything like that, like moving into becoming a producer, like later in life, all those tools in my toolbox kind of help with all that. So,
As you're talking about producer, can you say which artist you're producing or which work you're doing?
sure. I release on a few different like techno and house labels. You can let's see, Slick Six Music. I've released on Aquila Records. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. I got the same too. Sometimes.
Voodoo Records. I have some of my own releases on Bandcamp. A few other labels, I'm embarrassed to say, but they're all on Beatport or on my website. They're all kind of linked there.
I put your Bandcamp
And
your website.
and Anode Records, I really like them. They're like a nice techno label out from the Midwest. Have to represent the Midwest for sure.
Me paste. No, go ahead. I just paste your website again, so explore.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Peronosphora is asking a question. What's your favorite synth music YouTube channels?
What are my favorite synth music? Let's see. Just to listen to music, or for like tutorials and stuff.
All of the above.
Okay, well, for definitely tutorials, like learning modular for sure. Molten music. I watch a little Bo Beats sometimes, and definitely Ricky Tinez. Let's see. I've gotten into watching the new. I think it's Earth Modular Society.
Yes,
So
yes.
they have a lot of people like being able to kind of get up on there and play live, which I think is really cool. And then of course like Modular World for listening. Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting some, I'm sure you all know, like once you hop on YouTube and you're just like something catches your eye, you're listening, and then you kind of get pulled into something else.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe it's time for me to do the plug on the Left Coast Light Discord servers if people are interested. Here's a link.
Yeah, yes, Modular Modcast, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put the Left Coast Light Discord servers, and once you join it, then you meet people, and you will go on all the Discord servers of Colorado, Modular, New York.
For sure. Colin Benders, I've been listening to him too lately.
Yes. Alpha say, yeah, shout out to MS, and they say also, all the, it was nice, all the band that you mentioned from the time. Yeah, Alpha has got a huge
Colin
vinyl.
Bender fan?
Well, he does Colin Bender, but also he has got a huge vinyl collection.
Yeah, I think I saw it in some of his pictures. I could see the collection back there.
Yes. So, how did you get into modular then?
Well, I got into modular. I started playing live first using hardware and Ableton, and when I first saw it, I guess it was sort of in the back of my mind, but I didn't. It was like one of those things where you watch and kind of like observe from a distance, and you think, I mean, I love the sounds, but I think where I actually made a conscious like I'm gonna start actively like looking into it was probably like 2017, maybe, I guess, like right around in there. I think it was 2017. Sorry. Like, if any of you live in California, I'm sure you all know all the seasons kind of blend together, and next thing you know, the years pass. But yeah, like I just started kind of watching, YouTube channels and like watching other artists like Bonar and like kind of getting into just kind of like researching, I guess, if you will. And then I went to NAMM every year, and I would go, and my first like actual like talking to people in modular was with noise engineering, actually. So Steven and Chris, they were like super sweet. And I think that between that and like feeling the I guess like the community that we have, being modular artists, it's very interesting, because everybody's always so like helpful and wants to share information, and that I really gravitated to that, and I could relate to that because I like to work with people, and I'm all about doing collaborations and stuff. So that introduction to modular was really good. Like it started on the right foot. So then after that, I was just kind of in it. So between that, like getting like a little walkthrough from them at their booth, and then going to the other booths, and then the tipping point was seeing Belief Defect perform at Lot 613. Every year they do like a modular show, and there around NAMM, and they have various artists, and they played, and I went with my friend Joe Caputo. I'm sure some of you know him. And yeah, it was like, this is what modular sounds you can make. Like, and I just was like, after that, like a month later for my birthday, my wife and I, we went to Perfect Circuit and like bought like some modules, and then that was it. Then I was like kind of hooked, because I love sound design, and I love being able to I love playing live too. So it's like being able to turn knobs and create those sounds in that moment was it for me, like was the turning point, I guess, because I mean, building racks in Ableton is fun, but it kind of sometimes takes away the feeling or the moment of creation, when you're building racks on racks on racks, and you're just trying to get one specific sound. And then when you have like modular, where it's just like you're turning knobs and it's happening in the moment, it's just a different experience.
Yeah, for me, modular also got me to better understand on how to create a sound. Listen to music and how to do this sound, where that come from, and recognizing the difference between a sawtooth and triangle and or square. What processing has been going on. So it's interesting. I see Robbie join, DB Poland also. You welcome, and do like LL Nelson. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I should subscribe to all the YouTube channels. Subscribe to Trovarsi, I think, if you go on the way. Link here. Instagram.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes. And if you have got any question, please. I see also, so you've been, as we are going on a little bit on your Instagrams, you're running a couple of events also?
Yes. So I am one of the founders of SoCal Synth Society. And yeah, we do, well, before the whole, at home and pandemic thing, we did a lot of meetups. We would have like DIY sessions. People would come and build various things. We would have jams. It was really cool because that's where like even some people, they never even had modular or even soldered anything. And that's kind of where they had their introduction, which I like participating in that, when we first started SoCal Synth Society, it was about creating an environment where everybody felt welcome. And like, if somebody didn't know, like somebody else in the group had more knowledge, they would share it. Like, for example, Justin, he's like our soldering guru. Like, people, have soldering mistakes or whatever, and he would like fix it. And like, but the idea was like everybody was welcoming and everyone was welcome, and we would just share information. And so now, like, fast forward to now being at home, we've had to, like everyone has had to think of creative ways to stay connected. And so we did this Synth Summit at the beginning of the year. I think it was one of the first online events. And we incorporated that with other synth societies, which was amazing because then we just met like a bunch of other people and able to connect and do these shows, and where I've met a lot of people that are in this chat, which I think is pretty awesome. And now the latest thing we did was Frequency Shift, and that's for female non-binary artists. And that was another amazing collaboration. We had like collaborations with Modular World, Colorado, Modular Houston, and am I blanking out for anyone?
I see, Seattle.
Yeah, Noise Blast, Noise Engineering like participated in that, and we did a Noise Blast for Frequency Shift. And again, like it was another way to connect and like have a platform for artists to feel comfortable and share what they're doing. And we're definitely doing another one again. The plan is to have one before the end of this year. So we have all been talking. We've been talking to Alphastera, for example, and just like going to do some other collaborations with other societies. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And also to play, like, please, like we're going to put up another link for submissions on our Southern California Synth Society page on Instagram. So look for that, so we'd love for people to participate. So, yeah.
That's cool. I've got a couple of questions. So, Benjamin has also joined. He's asking, so you're working at the Perfect Circuit?
I was doing videos and live streams for them. So not exactly like, but yeah. So I did their Perfect Chat, and we did like a Thursday thing where we did a lot of interviews. I did do some videos for them during like the lockdown period and things like that. And that was a lot of fun. I did a lot of demos. I've done some videos for noise engineering too, and that was a good experience. So, yeah.
That's cool. Also, say people, so people was asking, I think you talk about it in your preface, say you brought people from all over the globe together on your streaming event. So I don't know, what's your next project?
So I guess like the next one, right now I have a show on my channel called Faders Up. I started that 3 months ago. It's a monthly show, the third Thursday of every month. And I have a guest come on and they perform. We play a video and we break down their performance actually and talk about like the nuances and the things that we have to deal with playing live, whether it be like modular or hardware or whatever. Just like what they've used, what and why. And I like that. It's interesting because it kind of lifts the veil. I would often go out and see people play live, and I'm always wondering like what they're doing and things like that. So I thought it'd be good opportunity to do that and share it with everyone. And then the next thing is Frequency Shift. So that's definitely, that's what we're focusing on, and I think we're actually having a meeting about it today with the other SoCal founders. So yeah, we'll definitely be posting about that soon. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
Valentine is asking, so as a techno artist, a lot of time you probably, playing with DJs. So how do you feel about trying to be similar and at the same time different than what the DJs are playing?
Well, how I approach it was definitely a challenge. I actually played in a duo called Forward, and we would play same thing in between DJs, and then I use like hardware and Ableton, kind of like a hybrid set, and then my partner did the same thing, mostly Ableton than hardware, and I think that's where my initial approach when I started to play live is to make it like a DJ set. So I feel like in my patches, it's about making a lot of transitions and a lot of patterns and a lot of ways to flow. So it's sort of like going from one song to another and being able to make that transition, like DJing, like spinning a record, like 3 to 4 minutes kind of thing, and just kind of like mixing into the next song, like, but really transitioning into another patch. But yeah, that's basically how I try to approach it, is like, what type of patterns and music can I play to make it sound like a DJ set, really. And yeah, I think that, because I'm sure we all know, like, going out, like, there are people that are really into it and really want to know what you're doing, but a lot of people, like, they don't really care what you're playing on. I mean, they're just there to kind of dance, and so that's something that always stays in the back of my mind when I'm playing a set, is like, the idea that there are some people there that they're not there to watch me touch my modular. They're there to dance, so I have to keep the beats moving.
Yes. Keep the dance floor packed.
Keep the dance floor packed. They're not there to watch me noodle around. Although, we all love to noodle around, but
Right, that's why I see, we've got, what I like is our open mic that, we do here in the area, is that you come to listen to the music. So you can bring any kind of genre that you want, because people are coming to listen to it and see you perform. And then, if you go in a club or in a bar, then you need something energetic, because people are here to have fun, and the music is a complement to their. It's interesting to see the two. Adapt your style of music depending on the space you are.
Yeah, no, I totally. That's why I like these, like, online events and these other events that you're talking about, because I like to have that space to be able to just kind of explore it and, not transition right away. You know what I mean? And like have those happy accidents and stuff. So there are definitely two different worlds, I guess, when it comes to that, I think, but I appreciate them both dearly. So
also, the Tune Girl has joined. So hi everybody. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe. I see also you've got a nice t-shirt.
Yes, thank you. This is my new t-shirt. So basically it's like my motto, the computer, hardware, or modular, all of it intertwined together, whatever. Be creative. And yeah, like whatever, as Frey said, I think in the chat, whatever makes you move, that's right. Like I'm a big advocate for using whatever it is that you want to use to convey your message, your musical message. I'm not for like, you only can play modular, you should only play with hardware, don't ever use your computer. I think like use whatever it takes for you to love what you're doing and get your message out. So like I give workshops on like hybrid setups, talk about hybrid setups, build lots of different hybrid setups using all these different tools, and I really enjoy it. Like I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but I don't think I've played one set with the same setup twice in a row. it definitely has its pros and cons, like for sure, but also like it does like keep me on my toes and learning different gear. And I think, you know, that's why with doing those videos that I've done for Perfect Circuit was a lot of fun, because it kind of caters to that itch that I have, I guess, of like learning about different gear, seeing what I can do with it, like in like a short period of time, because we don't get like a ton of time. Like, you know, it's sort of like, what can you learn about this, and what can you show about it? And, you know, it's not like we get to take it home for months or something. So, but yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, whatever works for making the music, as you say.
Yeah.
Well, in the modular synth, we are all a little bit nerdy, so we want to see, you know, what module, what patch, and everything. But
for sure,
people want to listen to music. They care more about the music than it has been. That's why we do the magic. Dylan Sang is asking, what's your go-to kick drum?
I use the Jomox and the BIA. Those are the two that I use.
Yeah, I know that people are always looking, okay, what's your drum kit, you know?
Yeah, they're definitely my favorites.
But Dub Station Zero joining, and I think Joshua also haven't. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, it's so interesting to mix the genre, and yeah, also with modular, it's really hard to reproduce a set. I kind of, you know, learn my patch, what it does, but never know which way I'm going to go. You know, I know the portion of the patch, even if I don't unpatch for a couple of weeks in different ways. Right. Every time it will be something a little bit new, because where the mood or the feel is going to take me.
Right.
Which is interesting. It's, you know, it's the same music or the same style, but never the same way it's performed.
I'm sure it's like depends like on your mood in the very moment. Like I think that's the great thing like about playing live is, you know, even if you write, even when I played in a band, you know, people I'm sure play in bands, like, you know, you have the song, you know, the structure, but it's never really played. You know, that's why we like to go see live music. You know, it's never really played exactly the same way, like how on the record, you know, you listen to a record, obviously it's the same, but getting that live, you know, depending on how everyone feels that night, it's going to come out different for sure.
Yeah, and sometimes you may want to redo a part of the chorus or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I would do that a lot singing, because I would miss my cue sometimes, because I sang in a Hendrix band, and so if you guys know, like, there's a lot of guitar solos. So sometimes I'd be like, oh shit, and I'd be like, okay, we'll kick it around again, you know, until I can remember when to come in.
Everybody looking at you.
No, like, you just play it off. I mean, you know, like,
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's nice. You are reaching about you know, half past, so that's the time for good performance.
Okay.
You want to say something about the performance, inspiration, or something like this? You want to introduce it, or I just play it and then we talk about it after?
I just play it and then we can talk about it.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm launching it. Thank everybody for joining, and this. Whoa, that was really awesome.
Thank you.
Really nice, great. I'm with Trovarsi, and you just listened to Hans. Yeah, I'm trying to go a little bit. Oh, okay, before we go into the geeky stuff and answering the questions. So, what's your inspiration for this piece? Or what did it come to life?
I've been really getting into using the Deckard's voice. So I kind of just really wanted to dive in using that, and I'm still navigating my way around the 512 vector sequencer. So I was like, I want to just kind of focus on those and then kind of build everything with those two modules in mind. So that was the idea. Yeah.
I see, yeah, a lot of people are clapping and saying that was awesome. And also during the performance, people like the drop. And I saw Forestine join, Curry, and I think Malaki also. I think Forestine will have to rewind and then listen to it again. I had a question from Dub Station Zero. So how many sound out of the machine are they all routed to the performance mixer?
I just did stereo pair out of the machine and just into a channel on the mixer, on the WMD performance mixer. Sounds, I guess, were a few percussion modules and then some like effect sounds to kind of add a little undertone, I guess, to it.
Yeah, and I think I kind of like the also the stereo image. I like when people play with the stereo. It's a little bit what I like in electronic music also. That was cool, and I think I saw Learning Modular said that you just got recently the 512 vector.
Yes. Well, I mean, I guess I've had it for a little bit, but it's pretty powerful sequencer. So it just, with that being said, it can do a lot. So you have to kind of learn a lot. It's pretty intuitive at the same time, but still, because it can do so much, like I feel like every time I try to use it, like there's like another little thing that I learned, like a little trick about it. So I was like, let me try to kind of dive into a little bit more with this, and then the Deckard's voice. I love the way it sounds. Like it's so full, and I love the fact that I like to be able to play my modules, like turn the knobs and the faders, and it has like fader for every function on it. So yeah, I really like that.
So I don't know, maybe you have tips or a special patch or something new you learn on the 512 or on the Deckard?
Sure. Let's see. Well, for the 512, I like to use the probability. So that's where when the sequence, the ARP was kind of going through, but it would just kind of all of a sudden change up and switch around. And then I like to play with the octave knob. And with that and the combination of, the cool thing about the 512 is that you can see your sequence, like your notes as well, not just the actual trigger lights of the sequence. So I like to be able to either set the probability and let it change itself, or I can turn those buttons on and off, like turn those specific notes on and off, or I like to just turn the knob and just change the note altogether. You know what I mean? So even though I've written this pattern, I can change it and kind of, I guess, switch it up a little bit on there, and then always come back to the original pattern if I mess it up too badly. Which is key, which is hard to do sometimes in modular, once it goes sideways, sometimes it's hard to rein it back. But I do like that about this about this sequencer, that you can see all the notation there, so you kind of know what's happening. Yeah, even Chris, I think I see he mentioned in the chat too. He likes the probability too. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. So and filters. I love filters. Yeah.
And on the Decade?
I'm sorry. Oh, on the Deckard? I mean, it's pretty much like I like to play with the filter on the Deckard, and then just kind of. One of my favorite things about it is like pulling all the faders almost all the way down on the filter, because it reminds me of that sound like when you're about to enter a warehouse and you hear the music on the outside and you hear the bass kick, you hear the kick drum, and then you hear that bass line, and it's like kind of underneath, like it's sneaking in, like, and you know, like once it's unleashed, like I like that you can really dial that Deckard all the way down to that point where you can still hear the bass line riding before you open it all the way up. Like, I don't know.
That's a nice effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Alphasta is asking, so what's this modular case behind you?
Oh, behind me right here?
Yes.
Oh, that's like our community rack, I guess, like for Space Racer and I. So like we either play it and then unpatch it, or we're like take and swap modules out of it. But this case is the case that Wes Curry built for us, and it's amazing. Like we're gonna, and the top half comes off, so we can like take that to the desert, which we plan on doing soon. So, but yeah, no, like this is like so like there's rules, you know, we don't leave it like passion. We like to kind of keep it neat, and then, but sometimes like for this set, like I pulled module out of it. So, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's neat. Yeah, Alex Barnett also joined, and Gerald Ford. Hi, everyone. And I think, when we were preparing this show, you were telling me you've got something coming up on the 6th November?
Yeah, so I think it was the first song, or I guess song, I use that term loosely, in the patch I just played. I actually just performed that one live and like did like a proper recording of just that song and played it as an actual song, and I'm going to release that on Bandcamp Day. So yeah, the darker one, I guess, with more of like the eerie kind of darker undertones to it. Yeah,
putting your link to Bandcamp again. People go and follow you there, and then know that when the song is getting released. That was a cool set. I was just checking also what people are saying. I guess a couple of people will have to rewind and listen to the set again. That's okay. And and if you're not coming up live on the chat and can't ask question, please comment the video. Make sure that Trovarsi sees the comment, or he can continue the discussion even later. So that's cool. So I think we talk a little bit about your projects in the community. I think I had Sarah Bell in Los Angeles, and I don't know, can you talk to us a little bit more about the Los Angeles modular scene community?
Like just the community in general, or just?
Yeah, I don't know. So I think Los Angeles, it's the place where all the music and people, musicians are driving to. How does it help you into your as an artist and releasing music?
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of artists here. There's a lot of people that are like, accessible and like want to share information. It's interesting, when I first got into modular, that's part of the reason why we started SoCal Synth Society, because there was like modular on the spot and all these different like little pop-up things where people could perform and play, but there wasn't really a place where you could, sit down and solder or ask questions. So I guess like SoCal Synth Society is like the meetup thing for that, I guess, so to speak, in this area, in the Southern California area, Southern California Synth Society. And that seems to be growing and doing well. But yeah, like LA definitely has like a good, well, did have a good music scene. I mean, obviously now things are a little bit different. Although people have been, adapting pretty well and doing a lot of things online. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of talented artists here and a lot of modular companies here. But overall, the community I think is great. Like there, you can reach out to people, and I mean, even like some of the guys that are in the chat right now, they're SoCal members, even though they live in the San Diego area. Like dubstep, Dub Station Zero. Sorry about that, Nick. And like John O. Wells, and like they're all part of SoCal Synth Society too, and they contribute and help the scene up here too.
Any comment from Alex? Every time you demo some gear, his wallet is saying "stay away."
I'll take that as a compliment, Alex. Thank you.
Okay, what is the story with Modular? You buy a case and it's empty, and you have to fill it up with module, and then you buy the one module that doesn't fit the case, so you need to get a new case.
Right. I already messaged Wes, and I'm like, we're already talking about another case, so that is a true statement.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, that's I find the modular scene community. I don't know any other big. Well, I've been this Balance Breakfast. I don't know if you know this group. That was started in San Francisco. They have a kind of chapter in it, which is all kind of independent artists. Okay. I found the modular scene community here to be very welcoming and encouraging and positive criticism.
Yes. I feel like out of like most, I mean, I'm not going to say other music communities or genres or anything like that are not friendly, but I feel like in my personal experience, the modular community overall is probably the most friendly and approachable, and everyone's always just so like willing to share information, and you can ask them about modules or patches. And I don't think that's always the case, maybe in even specific music genres or, like in other communities, but I think that's why it makes it even more enticing too. I mean, you know what I mean? Like not only do you love music, love modules, but then you have like a bunch of cool people to like ask questions and like teach you things that you don't know about those modules. So it just makes it even easier to kind of stay,
Yeah, no, that's nice. And you can reach out with people in asking questions. I'm on YouTube channels and find people on Discord. Know that it's more difficult to meet in person. Now Ben join. Data Cult Audio is also here. He had to move from Facebook to YouTube to say hello. Yeah, broadcast on YouTube, but people come to you. I broadcast on Facebook, but people come to YouTube. Easier. I know that's cool. So I'm reaching a little bit the top of the hour, so just trying to remember if we cover a little bit of everything. I think also, recently you were performing at Synth Booth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
a lot of fun. Yeah. Another way to connect, like, with the other community up in Seattle and Portland. A lot of people from there that were participating too,
and recently also Colorado Modular had a space night. Forgot what they call it, but had several performances. Space theme music. So have we covered all the projects and things you wanted to talk about?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Just checking everything, and I'm going to go a little bit over the news. Just checking. So if you have got questions for Trovarsi, your chance, please post them in the chat while I do the news. And All right.
Thanks for having me too. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was cool to have you also. And I don't know, reverse the table because I know you know, with frequency shift and
Faders up.
faders up. Sorry.
No, both. Frequency shift, faders up.
And
dive jam. Whoa. Oh yeah, I didn't mention. If you don't mind, I want to mention Gear Dive Jam because I know some people were mentioning the Deckard's Voice, and the next Gear Dive Jam on November 12th, we are going to be covering the Deckard's Voice, and one of our special guests so far is Gerald Fjord, and I. Not 100% sure on our other guests, so I don't want to say quite yet, but it's gonna be a fun one for sure. So.
That's cool. And we can find the link via the SoCal Science Society.
For Gear Dive Jam, it's on YouTube. So it's on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, November 12th. Yeah.
On their own YouTube channel.
On its own YouTube channel. Yep. Gear Dive Jam. So basically, we pick a specific piece of gear. We each of us do like a 5-minute jam on it, like how we like to use it, and then we talk about it, answer questions, and share tips with the viewers.
Oh, that's that's really cool.
Yeah.
I've done at the office. I was inviting some people, and we have a few modular synth at the office. So inviting people, and then sharing a clock and performing together. And how do you use this module? It's always interesting to hear people are approaching the same piece of equipment.
Yeah, like exactly. That's exactly why we started Gear Dive Jam.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, so let me go a little bit over the news. I'm going to go. So let's going back to my site pitchymango.org. I want to thank all my supporters on Bandcamp community that allow me to do the show, releasing music. Part of it, buy some music too. And a friend requested me to have a baby bodysuit with a new t-shirt logo or t-shirt design. So I made it happen. Got a baby and you need a baby bodysuit. Get it? No. And also people buying it all the way from Australia. So that the part that I forgot to say in the beginning, and sorry Malaki. So tonight New York Modular Society is doing a special with Error Grid. So let me play the Error Grid movie launch. Alright, that was a short one, so that's Error Grid promo. Malaki is a part of it and is all these artists. So it's tonight on Twitch from New York Modular Society. Here is a link.
That's a dope lineup. I just have to say that. I've been looking forward to that show. So
yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah. And I totally forgot to talk about it in the beginning, but you've got it at the end, so here we go. We've got a resident, which is in 2 weeks, November 10 at 8 p.m. I've got Alex Barnett, Imeko Katagiri, and Kate Finlay, and Alpha Star. And I did him to the lineup, but I'm up. And so the 4, I think I've got 2 other slots. So if you want part of it, it's easy. YouTube video, less than 20 minutes. Doesn't have to be modular synth, but it needs to be one of your music and electronic. Follow the instruction, relatively easy. Sonic Alliance, I've got their Sonic Sunday on the third Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. So that was it's on Twitch recently, so you can press this active help also. Resident. Resonant Frequency was recently in October. I think they are doing it on the quarterly basis now. 4th of October, and that was very nice. And Resonant Frequency is entirely a live show, live stream. That's also why they moved to a quarterly release. Doing a live streaming with many artists together is a lot of work and a lot of stress to make it happening right.
Right. That's challenging.
Yeah, we all know that. Streaming side. I've got the YouTube channel for Peak. Bitly. So Peak also was recently with Jordan Michael Francis and Particle Accelerator. It's once a month on the third Wednesday of the month. Bandcamp Friday is on November 6th, so this November. So do like me, you go on Bandcamp, you click all the album that you see in your wish list, and on November 6th, this is the album that I've seen. So Cult of One has album Solace by Memory Bell. VIR also was an artist here in the Kobe. Manifold Theory. We had both VIR and Manifold Theory at the last. And Einbar just released also. It's quite cool.
Cool.
Right, let me see. Anybody has had a question for?
Datacult Audio.
Oh yes, Datacult Audio. Sorry. Datacult Audio set went live this morning. All right. If I can. Datacult. I've got the Instagram. Here we go. Datacult Audio from Instagram. You can find the rest of it. And we had a John Bender, and so very nice. And you were recently, I can see that 134. Oh no, you may have been like a year ago. That is
Yeah, I posted on Thursday, not a year ago. God, a year went by so fast.
I think it's a year ago. I see 134.
Yep.
Yeah, because I don't know. I was also in one of these number very close, so feels like a century with nowadays.
I know.
All right.
I think that one had some like acid techno vibe to it too.
So yeah, with Trovarsi. Don't forget to follow, like your music, and follow everywhere. Second, what Maragi said, that Cult Audio has been following for a while, well curated. That's really nice. Yeah, I like the format, get 1 hour of music every week with no jingle, no talking. Every week you get a new artist. And Bonar was 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to bring them back.
Yeah.
All right, so I leave you the word for the end.
Nope, just thank you, everyone. Nice to see all of you in the chat. Hope to see you over on Gear Dive Jam and Faders Up next month. So yeah, and thank you. Thank you, Franck, for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, and so next week I've got Next Expanse, who has also released 2 new modules, Quad VCA and Fancy Oscillator, nssystem.com. So we'll talk about his new module. Nothing, mine is in the mail and should arrive today, so that will.
Cool.
Well, Trovarsi, thank you very much for being on the show. That was awesome, nice performance.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining. Remember, subscribe, click like, and if you're watching this show not live, please post some comment, post some question, and we'll make sure to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cool. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.